Wow. So why is it not as bright before I go live? It's bright as heck in here. It's crazy. Anyway, hello loves. This is a random live video about the random ass energy. um the title of this video may have you wondering, what the heck is this girl talking about today? My name is Josie, by the way. Welcome to Eccentric. I'm talking about the reverse Jesus moment. I'm using it an example of, the story from the Bible with Jesus, the 40 days, the 40 nights, the everything Jesus went through, right? Because Jesus didn't just pop out the room, you know, and start running around healing people and all this and that. So when you look at the story of, Yeshua and Yahweh, when you look further into it outside of the Bible, you'll understand that there was more to the Jesus story. But I digress on all of that. And I'm going to just call this, what mainstream people understand. And I'm going to call it a reverse Jesus moment. As I went back to watch the Virgo video today, even though the sound really, really sucks on 3 of the videos, including the Virgo video, as I was listening to it, I realized, and this is where I coined the term reverse Jesus moment, because some of y'all, whether you have Virgo as your sun, moon, and rising, or you got a whole bunch of planets in the 6th house, I don't care where the Virgo energy is in your chart. There are some of you out there that are literally having a reverse Jesus moment. And this message could be for anybody else too who don't have Virgo energy, predominant. But it was brought to my attention that some of y'all, this is not just a situation where these souls are resisting ascension or resisting change or nothing like that. It's not that simple. Can you just imagine if Yahweh decided, I'm not going to go to no temple? You know what I mean? Like, y'all not finna put me in no temple. I don't want to learn nothing about no mysticism and all this and that. Like, what you looking at? No, I got a job. I got bills. I got kids. That's what I'm about. I'm going to college. I'm going to graduate. I'm going to get a degree. And I'm going to live a normal life. Just imagine if Yahweh decided to do that. Instead, or worse, a situation in which it was known of the beautiful powers and all of these beautiful miracles that could be performed, but yet you still chose to say, no, no, I need to watch my TV shows on Wednesday. I need to go to school. I got to go to work. I don't see nothing outside of my normal mundane life. I refuse. What ghosts? Ghosts don't exist. You know what I mean? Or you have this mentality that other people do that. You know what I mean? That's for them. You know what I mean? I don't walk around touching people and then they healed. Like, that's something you either see on TV or, just other people do that in other countries. Like, that don't happen in America. Like, this is the mentality that I'm getting from the freaking collective. Like, the more we ascend, the more that you have some people really like pushing the opposite direction, like freaking fish swimming upstream. They working hard to keep any kind of normalcy. And it's starting to look a hot damn mess. Okay? And it perpetuates itself though. So for those of you who know who I'm talking about, who want to be truthful to yourselves, right? What's happening is the more you hold on to what you feel like is normal or safe right now, you're going to perpetuate anything that makes you uncomfortable. And it's going to intensify and you're just going to keep going for it. That's kind of like a person that keeps, they get hurt initially, right? They get hurt. They go to the doctor and they get, their bandage wrapped around their wound or whatever, right? And then the wound heals. And then the damn person sets up a situation where they get a hurt again, whether they consciously do it or subconsciously do it. They keep that cycle going where they got to go back to the doctor, get bandaged up again, and they just keep doing it. You know what I mean? And every single time they keep doing it, the injuries are worse and worse and worse. You know, it's far beyond just self-sabotaging and choosing to stay attached to things that no longer serve you. There's different degrees of you out there who have different levels of awareness. You know what I mean? There's some that have no conscious awareness at all, and life is what it is. Very realist type individuals. And there's some that may be surrounded by family and friends that are all mystical and magical, and they're like, well, that's y'all, that's not me. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like trying to get your introverted friend to go to the club. Like, this is what's happening right now spiritually. Like, what the hell? It's a struggle. Like, some of y'all are really, really struggling, and you're the only one that can, you're the only one that can stop the struggle. You know what I mean? Spirituality, the journey, is all about more so like releasing and letting go and allowing. It's not something that you do. You know what I mean? Hey, love. I want y'all to understand that some of you are freaking amazing and have amazing abilities and have a purpose beyond what you can even freaking fathom on this planet. And you're out there talking about, I got bills to pay and I gotta go to work, and I don't want nobody looking at me crazy. I don't want to be on the 5th floor. You know what I mean? Like, you're at this point, because of all the stuff that's happening around you, because I know you seeing angel numbers. I know some of y'all seeing dead people. You know what I mean? I know there's a lot happening around you that you are like really like hardcore trying to like ignore. So for you, you're using the mundane as an excuse not to even get into what the hell is happening. But at the same time, you're causing yourself so much misery. You know what I mean? A lot of you are afraid you're afraid what would happen if you decided to start meditating every day. Because deep down inside, your soul knows that you're freaking intuitive and all kind of crazy stuff. And you don't want to open Pandora's box because it scares the shit out of you. Sometimes your power scares you. Okay? But I mean, seriously, if somebody was to tell you at 3 years old that you were going to heal people and you were going to minister to people and that you were going to influence people to change their lives, you would be like, oh, that's cool. You would be accepting of it, and you'd be like, yes, I can do this, this, and this. But try that at 30 years old. Somebody just coming up to you on the street saying, you know that you can read minds, right? And you look at them and you judge them and say, oh, you done lost your mind. You crazy. If you think that I can read minds. You know what I mean? Like, we're so freaking jacked up. You call the other person crazy because society has made us think that being able to read minds is crazy. And that it's some kind of mental health issue. You know what I mean? You should not be able to do this. And that's another thing that's a big that's causing this reverse Jesus moment, because you have a huge purpose. You are able to facilitate healing. You are able to create change just by your example. But if you're not trying to even express the example, then you're just going to be in this cycle of crap, right? Um shouldn't have, couldn't have, all of those words, particularly that deal with something um that you think wasn't done correctly. Don't worry about where you are now or what you did already. Today is today, now is now. You see what I mean? um Everything starts now. You know what I mean? So well, damn, I've been doing life all wrong. No, you haven't. It's what got you to this point of realization. You know what I mean? It's the action that needs to be taken. Okay? What? That was a lot. And it was tiny words. Tiny. I was like, and then they disappeared. You know that, right? But for those of you who have a fear of losing loved ones, losing money, losing your stability, losing all of this stuff, you got to understand that it may not be easy in the beginning, but once you start to learn more about yourself and trust your intuition and really connect on a personal level to source energy, there's another side. You gotta get to the other side. It's like a kid screaming bloody murder because they don't want to get in the pool, because they don't believe that the pool is only 1 feet deep, 1 foot deep. And then you push them in there because that's what the universe is doing right now to you. And you freak out and you damn near drown yourself. And then you stand up and you're like, oh. Like, that's what's happening, particularly to a lot of people with Virgo energy, but it could be anybody. Like I said, you having a reverse Jesus moment. It's like somebody saying, hey, you're a king, you're a queen, or you're an emperor, you're an empress, you're a god, you're a goddess, and you have these duties to your kingdom or these duties to your empire. And you're looking at them like, do I need to dial 911? Because something wrong with you coming at me telling me I'm powerful and I'm supposed to do this and this. You know what I mean? And you're like going with that. You're telling the universe that stuff. You know that, right? Because I know y'all dreaming. I know y'all seeing them angel numbers. I know y'all seeing them synchronicities. But you like gone with that. That's what you telling the universe. And the universe is going to keep repeating itself. The universe trying to tell you, hey, check this out. This don't work no more. Not for you. So if you're struggling right now, it's because you're incompatible with your reality. See, you got to think of things like in a non-logical way, which is not really easy for some of you. Energy happens before matter happens. Just put it like that. So whether you like it or not, whether it was your choice or not, you are changing, and you're changing on a DNA level, and your vibration is raising whether you want it to or not. Okay? All of a sudden now you want to not eat meat or stop drinking or stop smoking cigarettes. That's not a coincidence. Okay? The thing is, here's the deal. It's like you're already offensive because you're like, I ain't asked for this. You know what I mean? But if you're not connected to your soul, you're not going to realize what you asked for or what you're here for. You see what I mean? There's that disconnect. So you got to really like connect with yourself to find out why the same patterns are going on in your life, to find out what you're hiding from. Some of you are hiding from stuff. You don't want to, you're fully aware of what the spiritual path is going to look like or be like, and you know the work that you have to do, and you're like, oh, hell no, I don't want to feel that. I don't want to experience that. I'm going to just bide my time. Well, your time is up. And everybody that knows, I'm talking to you, or somebody that I'm talking about, before the end of 2019 is going to be one of those things where they either surrender, or something really, 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 really big is going to happen in their life. Okay? To make some kind of shift. Not all tower moments have to be, what do you call it, horrible. You know what I mean? Um, Good things can happen in people's lives to make them shift as well. You see what I mean? They may have a situation where maybe they've been taking care of somebody that's been sick, and they, one of them classic scenes from the movie, making promises to God and the universe. Oh, if you let this person live, I'll do this, this, and this. You know what I mean? Sometimes that actually works, even though it doesn't work most of the time. But it's only because that person had gone through so much turmoil all the way up into that point. It is a form of surrender, but it's not a form of surrender that's always effective, because you're not really making that agreement. God is not somebody that's got the wand and like, okay, I'll let this person live. All of that was divinely orchestrated. It didn't have nothing to do with you. You was just honestly making a promise with yourself because you was brought to your knees. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, Adila, I gotta find out what day you off because I gotta come see you. Some of y'all are really like deep in the trenches. I can't even tell you that you are in the dark night of the soul. You are in a very, very stubborn, I don't want to be like Jesus type place. I don't want to have to learn this. I don't want to have to know that. Some of y'all have quite a bit of awareness, and of a lot of things, but you don't practice it. It's not part of your life. You're not into it. You're not trying to meditate. You're not trying to do nothing. Okay. You focused on grinding and being successful, and you're focused on the drama maybe that's around you, and putting fires out, being a superhero on a mundane level. You know what I mean? You're drowning in a whole bunch of other people's crap that don't even belong to you. Like, there's going to be a point between now and the end of this year where you're going to have a matrix moment, because I'm seeing this as I'm talking. There's going to be so much shit going on around you. Everything's just going to stop. It's going to be like you have one of them moments where everything just stops because you're going to be that high in your feelings or that numb. And this is normal. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to lose a whole bunch of stuff. Sometimes you got to piss a whole bunch of people off, or people got to piss you off. But you are being really, really pushed by the energies that are coming in right now. If y'all hadn't been paying attention to the energy updates, like on Higher Self and Lee Harris and all of this other channels, and then to the astrology as well. A lot of times the astrology like lines up with the energy updates, and it's crazy. And then in between, Gaia be trying to kill us. Like, it's a lot going on. So if you hadn't been looking at all of that stuff, all you know is people tripping, and the world is a horrible negative place, and you just got to survive. And that's, that for a fact, and that's all there is to your reality. You know what I mean? And you're moving out of that. You're moving out of it, though. You know what I mean? Whether you like it or not. It's like somebody forcing you to be happy. Like real happy, not fake happy. You know what I mean? Like, it's like this energy is forcing you to cross over the threshold to find out what is really possible, who you really are, what you can really do. But you're like, I don't want to graduate. You like somebody, like a kid that wants to stay in high school and be stuck on that loop of the 12th grade year. you I'm using all kind of different scenarios because I'm talking about a whole bunch of different people going through generally the same thing. You know what I mean? So if you are, like Adila said, emotional, pissed off, you got crap coming up from your past, you're going through a life review and all this and that, it's different from me telling people that are on a spiritual path, because they understand me when these things come up and they're coming up to be released. But for some of you, y'all don't understand. You're not trying to understand. It's not that you don't understand from an intellectual standpoint. You just don't want to. You see what I mean? And you have to want this. This is a surrender type situation. So something's got to happen in your life to make you want it. That's where we have that whole free will argument. The collective made the decision for you because we are all one. Right? It's fun to think about free will. That's a whole nother conversation. We're all one. And some of us made the decision for the all. Enough of us made that decision for the all. So now there's some individuals like, I didn't get the memo. Who said this? Who authorized this? What? Wait, what? I thought that was only them people doing that. I thought that was just, like in the 70s with the people standing on the buildings talking about come and take me, waiting on the aliens. I thought that was just them. I gotta go too? Are you kidding me right now? You done lost your mind. I don't get paid enough for this. Like, that is seriously how some people are acting right now. And then some of y'all are feeling guilty because you may have had friends or family that you pretty much put in the crazy box like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, right? That's them. Oh, they crazy. Oh, I don't know what they own, but that's them. I'm gonna just put them over here and do like the ladies in church be doing. Oh, bless your heart. And then now you're going through what they went through and you're like, what? No way. So now you're feeling some kind of way because of the people that went first that you observed, and you're like, damn, how do I even talk to them? You know what I mean? Like, how do I even come back to them and be like, hey, you remember them chakras you was talking about? You remember that crystal that you tried to give me that I lost? It's under the car somewhere. Whatever. Like, you don't even know how to approach them, but understand, they have grace. It's okay. Be brave. This requires quite a bit of bravery. People had to go first so that they could help you when it was your time to pop. Everybody popping. Okay? They popping a lot right now. So I'm here to tell y'all it's going to be all right. And it's a huge leap of faith, and you got to trust your divine self. Okay? This ain't about trusting another human being or nothing like that. Once you get to the point where you understand oneness, you'll understand that everything that happens and everything you go through or experience is for you, no matter how it plays out. Okay. So yeah, I guess this is kind of like a pep talk for my people, particularly that got Virgo energy and Virgo placements, but anybody that may be going through this reverse Jesus moment, you got some things that you need to do, and it's time to do it. You being activated, whether you want to believe that you're a superhero or not, whether you want to believe that you can do some of the things that you see some of these other people do, but you don't really agree with it. So you like, they need to stay over there. As long as they don't interfere with my life, I'm good type, accepting somebody on a certain level. A pep talk on popping. Yes. Like some of y'all, y'all really have constructed an idea about certain things in your head because it's safe. Y'all need that safety. Now y'all gonna have to find y'all safety in God because that's it. That's all you're gonna have to hold on to. Cause understand these things don't happen just because like you again we're the all and then we're that one individual, right? So you could sit here and be like, oh, that's them, that happens to them, oh, they're going through that, blah blah blah, it ain't got nothing to do with me. You could sit there and you can say that, but you can only do it for a certain period of time because of the fact that we all are interconnected in some kind of way. If enough people connected to you that start transforming, you're not gonna have a choice but to transform because certain things ain't gonna work no more that used to work. You know what I mean? They're just not. It's not gonna work out because there's not gonna be any relativity. Like you're just no longer compatible. The system upgraded on you. It's like when your phone upgrade and it looked like a completely different phone and you got to learn how to use it and you're like, well, damn, didn't nobody ask me? Sprint, Samsung. You know what I mean? It's really like one of them moments. And what do you do in that moment? Do you sit there and are you gonna sit there and be frustrated and be like, oh hell no, I don't accept this new update, and then take the new update off your phone and go back to the other version where you're going to be dealing with glitches and all kind of stuff, okay? Or do you say, oh man, I guess I got to learn this? You don't have a lot of time to make the decision because you still have to use your phone for important stuff like work and things like that. So you got to decide if you're going to learn the new software or you're going to downgrade back to the old version and just deal with the crap that comes. You see what I mean? Like that's what's happening with y'all right now. And you know, and then on a certain level, because I don't discriminate. Even people that have had multiple awakenings already, because we have a lot of awakenings, okay? Even some of us awakened souls still have some I use a flip phone. That's smart. That's smart. Um some of us awakened souls who know and who are practicing and who are meditating are just we're tired. We're tired and we're like, okay, well, I'm doing a little bit. It's like doing half your homework or half your classwork and saying, okay, here. Like we know the full scope of what we're supposed to be doing, but we're like, but like I don't feel like it. You know what I mean? you know, so that's what it looks like on that level. You're doing some of it, but you're not doing all of it because there's constant evolution going on right now very quickly. You know, one moment you could be doing YouTube readings, the next moment you could be levitating somewhere in the Himalayas. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like all the whole road ended up leading you to where you just burst into molecules and disappeared. I mean, and this is why we're supposed to just have joy and kind of flow with the journey because it's incomprehensible. And yeah, so y'all can do it. It's okay. Love is an anesthetic. Love is an energy. Love is not just an expression. Love doesn't just come from the other person or people around you. Love is an energy that you got to tap into and carry with you and exude out of you, okay? You know, love is going to be a big deal starting with yourself, okay? Because there's too much going on right now, way too much, to where you could get sucked into a really bad situation And that's the reason why I'm talking to y'all right now. You could even light workers that are out there right now, if you have unresolved issues, and I was just telling my 16-year-old this, I said, especially in 2020, y'all got to understand that if you have unresolved issues and you're trying to avoid working on doing that inner work, what's going to happen is, anything negative is going to be attracted to your light. And if it even sees a vulnerability, it'll tap into that and act like a virus and then just bring you all the way down. You know what I mean? It's not a situation where things are going to be easier. We're here to create change. That's why you're here. We changing things, and change is a process. We're in a CLEP course of God knows what, a few CLEP courses. Like, we learning a lot, we're experiencing a lot really, really fast, and we have to be fortified. Anytime something comes up to be healed, do that work, get it over with. Don't avoid it, because one day you're going to come across somebody that's going to get you. Because believe me, we're all one, positive and perceived negative beings. You come across the right one if you want to. It's like playing chess. Sometimes you don't know who's good at chess. But somebody gonna checkmate you real quick. That is of a lesser energy. They smart too. They're cunning too. They got intuition too, even though they choose not to use it in a a positive way. You know what I mean? Some of y'all right now that's having a reverse Jesus moment. Maybe that's divinely guided, because I cover all bases. Maybe you gonna be one of them challenging souls to another soul, but it's all for growth, right? Either way it go, you're not gonna this is not a situation where you be like, oh, I missed the bus, I guess I'm not going. No, that's when your mama come outside and she be like, get in the car. You thought you want to go to school? Nope. You don't have no excuse. You know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, it's a trip. It's real fun right now. Um, all I can tell y'all is love. Love on yourself. Heal your stuff. And just receive. Learning how to receive is a big deal on this path too. You got to receive before you do anything. Like, everything is about receiving information, receiving instructions. Like, when your steps are being ordered by the divine, you got to be the receiver. You got to be tapped in order to be here and function like a magician, and function like a goddess, and function like a emperor. You've got to be tapped in and be receiving, so that nothing on the outside of you can meet you with confusion, so that you can stand strong and stand in your truth. You know what I mean? So yeah, practice that. It's okay. All of y'all are gonna be just fine. No matter how ugly it get, you gonna be just fine. Okay? I'm like, just talk to the people who went through it first. The ones that you thought was crazy, that you might have committed to a dang psych hospital yourself, single-handedly. Go back and chat with them people. Okay? It's okay. This is not a situation where you have to be concerned about whether they're going to act out of fear or anything like that. And even if that person's not available anymore, or chooses not to talk to you, there's plenty of people around you. Most of y'all have plenty of people around you that are lit, and they just been waiting on your ass to ask questions. Seriously. Because they not gonna volunteer this information. You have to be ready, and you have to show that you're ready. You have support around you. Spirit will bring you people, strangers, you know what I mean? Spirit will set it up for you, but you have to actually like take the first step, okay? Um, but you are surrounded by love, and it's you may not like it, but it's for your highest good, and you're gonna come out on the other side, and you're gonna just feel magnificent. You're gonna have moments of amazingness, and you're gonna learn so much about yourself that you didn't know, and it's gonna be super cool. But you gotta get there first. I love y'all. I'm gonna talk to y'all later. I'm having a lazy day. But I'm not gonna start asking you questions, Martin, because my brain is telling me that I have to be ready for that. And I'm not ready yet. You know, them is fighting words. You can't slap somebody unless you're ready to throw down. You know what I mean? And I'm not ready yet. That's why I haven't freaking asked no questions. You know, I need a moment. I just got back to Jacksonville yesterday. I drove like freaking 5 hours. Then went grocery shopping. I got too much going on. Anyway, y'all have a beautiful day. And I'm going to talk to you later. He just called me a sissy, y'all. Martin just called me a sissy. I'm telling. That's what sissies do, right?